Absolute chaos and destruction here at Miller Farms today.
Look at that mess. Look at that. That wasn't straight line winds. That was tornado damage.
Just ripped off the top of trees.
Right there, yeah.
But we're getting ready to put down some dry fertilizer, get that tractor and the spreader all calibrated. So my dad is over there, I'm not sure if the camera will be able to see him, with his favorite dog Pete, circling the field, just making sure it's dry enough. Because it is April 6th, it's nice, everyone gets pretty excited to get out in the field. We've heard some reports that you got some neighbors out there that are already ripping ground. It's definitely still pretty wet, but we're gonna see if we got the floater tires. We're going to see if it'll be alright to get some fertilizer on here. It would definitely be nice to, because there's a light rain coming the next couple of days, and then I don't think we're given the moderate term forecast. There's not a whole lot of chances to do anything else for a couple more weeks. So it would be cool to get out and get some fertilizer on our wheat ground, our hay ground, some rye ground. We're not just jumping the gun. It would be nice to get fertilizer on today. We just got to see if it's dry enough. You get on there when it's too wet. You pay for it for years to come, so we'll see. Oh, what he's even looking at. Maybe he found some type of treasure and we can just farm for fun this year. That would be, well, you know, we have fun anyways, but we do have a lot of bills to pay. What are you doing on the scale?
Getting an empty weight for the skid steer because we're going to calibrate the spreader.
What's this thing weigh?
10,320.
10,320. That's with him in it, so yeah. There's a little bit more weight, huh?
So what, minus 300?
Oh, man. What are we doing right here, Justin?
We're going to calibrate the spreader.
What do we have in it?
Fertilizer.
Ooh. You got to do this once a year? Or?
Every different product.
Every different product.
That'll probably work. Now we got to figure out how to do this. So.
Yeah, you have to remember it once a year, huh?
Yeah.
So we took the empty weight of the skid steer. We're going to spit some fertilizer out the back. Then we're going to weigh the skid steer again and make sure it's calibrated appropriately. The worst part about this is our skid steer isn't quite tall enough to dump the whole bucket back in here when we're doing our calibration testing. So I got to jump up here and scrape it out by hand once he's done shaking it. Okay, back up and drop it some more. Jiggle some more. The worst part really is just when it gets down in your boots. £1,000. Really, right on the dot? 11,320. Wow. So how many times did we do this?
3, 4.
Were you the one calling up there to help the skid steer unload, or was that me?
No. I got a bad back. That's good job for you. I've done my fair share of shelter.
Yeah. I don't even want to share. What are you doing to that poor dog?
Tracing it to the house.
What are you doing with that thing? Get that away from you. You're going to hurt someone.
Good.
What's going on?
What are we doing?
He said it was dry enough?
He said the edge was wet. Stay away from it. It's one of those.
One of those, yeah. Just stay away from it. All right.
We got our product set up.
You already have the product up today, and you already have the target rate.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're putting down about 400 pounds an acre?
Yes.
All right. That shouldn't take too long if something doesn't break.
Why would it break?
Why would it break, really? Think you lined yourself up about
35 foot.
35 foot away, because we're
spreading 65.
We're spreading 65 feet, so you're trying to split that and get to the side. It's a little bit of a guessing game in the outside round.
Yeah.
She's shooting out there. You might nail the turkeys. Okay, so things are working. What are you thinking now? Outside round, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking how wet it is over here.
How wet it is. So usually, you've done this field the past, what, 10 years of your life?
Oh, probably.
10 years, so you know what this field shape is, but if this were a new field, you'd be scouting it, probably looking for your straightest edge?
At right now, I would be, yeah.
Yep. Make sure no cars are coming, you're not flinging fertilizer at them.
Yeah, a little bit more. Well, there's no sense in flinging it into the ditch.
Yeah. Okay, so we're rounding to our straightest edge. This is where you're thinking you want the back and forth lines to run?
Yes.
So I gotta...
Once we get around the corner.
I'll take it a step back. The AB line, can you explain that?
Just a straight line.
Yep.
From one end to the other end.
Yep.
And that's what we'll run every pass off of, so we keep our distance the same.
So he'll set A, he'll drive, whatever he feels comfortable into a straight line. Set B, accept it. The computer and GPS system there will then space AB lines all the way throughout the field at the given width of the implement or whatever you're spreading. So in this case, there'll be an AB line every 65 feet across this field. He doesn't really need me to teach him anymore, so I'll go do something else. So Justin's taking the fertilizer spreader down to one of our other farms. He's going to spread some on our existing hay seedings, some wheat and some rye. So I'm going to take his truck down to that farm, so when he's done he can just take this home. He doesn't let just anyone drive this truck. I mean, this is a beauty. Nice little 6-speed right here. He's got straight pipe in the back. I mean, if you were like, I don't know, a 19-year-old kid, you'd just be in love with this truck. But it is a nice truck. We'll see if I can break it. So, truth be told, one of the biggest logistical nightmares about farming is just getting a truck to whatever your machine, whatever field you end at the end of the day. So luckily this isn't bad, because the only one actually farming today, well, real farming in the dirt is Justin. We're going to get his truck over to him. I'm going to see if I can grind through some of these gears and really test this truck out. So let's see what we got. So, I managed to catch him. I must have been beating through the gears too fast, but we're almost there. This is the field of rye that he's going to spread over here. Can't see through his window tint, probably, but get this spread in about, geez, I can't even imagine it'll take him more than 45 minutes. Get a light rain on it, we'll be glad we did it. This particular field over here has a lot more sand in it too, so it should be a lot drier than the home farm, which is a bunch of clay. I caught him texting. Same rate going down, about to take off. We're about to get just peppered with fertilizer if we don't back up. Might be in the danger zone in this swing back here. Did you feel one? He's outstanding in his field. I hope he does. So your plan right now to this field right here is letting it mature, combining the rye seed off the top for cover crops maybe this fall, next spring.
Yep.
And then coming behind the combine and baling up the straw.
Yep. And then we'll put straight alfalfa seeding in.
Straight alfalfa seeding.
That's what I'd like to do.
Now, how often do plans work perfectly on the farm?
I don't know, but we got to keep planning.
The bankers like to hear a plan.
Yeah, they love having the plan.
All right, Dad, this is a brand new hay seeding, right?
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Got an orchard grass Timothy mix.
So you just put grasses in.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, a lot of our horse people like either a straight grass or a straight alfalfa, so we're trying to accommodate them.
Yep.
Plus it should be easy to clean up any broadleafs that come in this being a straight grass.
Now, why is that? What's the difference there?
Well, grass you can spray it with 2,4-D and clean it up real cheap, the broadleaves. If you have alfalfa in it, that's a broadleaf also, so you can't spray it with 2,4-D.
Right, okay. So this will be nice, clean hay. You don't worry about it. Especially a fresh seeding where you tend to get more weeds than when it's established. And what is Justin spreading on it right now?
He's putting 200 pounds of potash and another 200 pounds of urea and ammonium sulfate.
Okay.
So we're getting some sulfur with it.
Yes, right. While editing, we noted an important piece we'd like to add to our fertilizer mix-up that we're spreading. Interestingly enough, we didn't always have to supplement our soil with sulfur. Industrial practices in the area used to create enough sulfur byproduct in their smokestacks that the soil and crops were able to pull enough from the atmosphere. Fortunately, that has largely been eliminated with modern, cleaner practices, and it's now causing us to buy it and put it down ourselves. So, fortunate for the rest of the world. Hurts our wallet a little bit, but that's the trade-off we're willing to take. We're about to get dusted. You can see him really start to bounce there. You'll understand why it's pretty important, whichever way you do tillage in a field, you should probably plant it. You should also mow it that way. You should also ted it that way, rake it that way. Just you'll start to get, you go across your tillage pattern, it's not the smoothest ride. So that spreader will spread at 80 foot.
Yes.
But we only have it spreading at 65. How come?
Because urea is a lot lighter fertilizer and it's tough to get a nice pattern all the way out, and you don't want to have stripes, so we tuck it in a little bit so we overlap and don't have the streaks where it doesn't get on as good.
Gotcha. Did you screw that up one time to figure that out?
Every time you try to stretch it, you kick yourself in the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's ugliness. And those are twisted right off.
Yep, they sure are.
Twisted right off.
This is right at the end of our road here. How far are we from the farm?
Half a mile.
Half mile? Yeah. Wires down. Does your back hurt from carrying a tow down the stairs, Dad?
I'll tell you what. It didn't help it last night having to carry that chunkster.
So this wagon started off back there by that one and must have caught about 25 foot of spacing, gained just mock speed and slammed right into this disc here. That's a ding.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to have been in between that.
No, they cut you in half. Yep.
Holy cow.
That's pretty insane for going that far.
That's just actually, yeah, short distance.
How far would it have gone?
I don't know. Into the
It would have
barn?
went.
It didn't even move.
It probably would have went right into the spray barn.
Man,
Holy cow.
That's crazy, man.
We'll still blame it on Carl.
Carl.
This wagon doesn't even have any solid panels. It's just the wind should pretty much flow through it.
Bad parking job, obviously.
Wow. Hopefully all the rabbits survived. Miller 7. That's just a bad omen.
That's bad. Right.
Lucky 7?
Yeah.
Lucky number 8. Oh boy. Absolute chaos and destruction here at Miller Farms today. I'm hoping none of those electrical lines or hydraulic lines got tweaked too bad or punched up in there, but that storm just came. They had to have just incredible power. Pulled the jack back, bent this up a little bit. Oh well, not the worst. Thank God there's hardly any damage to this wagon, you know. Man, we'd hate to have that. As opposed to just beating up the packer. Oh boy.
Definitely not corn planting weather, even though it's the middle of April. Another one of those years.